Well, hello there, Tankers of the Blitz universe. I'm Flossie, and today I will be reviewing the BZ-75, a tank that I used to hate when it first came out, but over the months, I have actually really started to like this vehicle, and there's quite a few reasons for that, which I will break into later in the video, but first, let's get into the tank stats. Now, starting off with the gun hits really hard, especially if you do use the 152mm, which I recommend all of you use in this tank, because playing it with the 130 is kind of just boring. Like, it's like playing an IS-7, except worse, because this tank's hull is worse than the IS-7s. But anyways, playing it with the derp gun, it deals 620 damage on the standard, 780 on the premium, and 920 on the normal HE. So yes, this tank does have premium HE, or HESH, which does a lot of damage. Like, if you're hitting people with the HESH, especially if you're hitting people in the lower plate or medium tanks, like, you're going to be crapping on people with the alpha damage of that HESH. Very nice indeed. The tank also does have 8 degrees of gun depression, which means it's fairly flexible on most terrain. And in terms of the aim time and dispersion, it's pretty average for your derp gun. Like, it's gonna be bad. The aim time is 4.2 seconds, and the dispersion while using refined gun is 0.323. So yeah, you're gonna miss a lot of shells in this tank. That's to be expected. Like I said, this is a derp gun after all, and that's just how things go in World of Tanks Blitz. The DPM, sorry, of this tank is also kind of mid at 2100. And, yeah, again, kind of makes sense because this tank has so much alpha damage. In terms of the pen, the high explosive, the premium high explosive pen of 194 is actually, it's okay. You'll be able to get through most people's lower plates. However, certain tanks, you'll just struggle to deal with completely because the average pen of your AP shells is only 270. So you don't technically have that much pen. So you do have to be careful, and you really want to get to people's sides and rears in this tank. In terms of the mobility, it goes 40 forward and 15 in reverse, so that is very good mobility for this kind of vehicle, and that's another thing I do like about it. But yeah, in terms of its armor profile, it's not very good. The turret's easily penned by most mediums, especially after the buff to calibrated shells. So any tank with heat is just going to butter right through your turret. And same with the hull. It's not very strong. It can be troll from time to time because of the triangular like angle at the front here, but it's nothing to be like relying on. You don't want to rely on the tank's armor. Even though it has good gun depression, playing this thing hull down is not a good idea. Anyways, let's get into some live gameplay here. And yeah, so how do I play this tank? Well, I basically stick with my team and hope that my gun doesn't troll me too much. When the gun doesn't troll you, you can get out insanely high damage games. And when the gun does troll you, you're going to be basically doing 1800 damage or less. I mean, that's just how this tank works. I used to hate the tank because of the gun. However, over time, I've sort of figured out that you just kind of have to aim in your shot all the way. I used to snap in this tank way too much, and that's kind of why I hated it, because the gun just kept trolling me. Because if you don't aim your shots in fully in this tank, you're going to miss a lot of your shots. But yeah, when you aim in fully, especially with the refined gun buff, it's quite nice, and yeah, I do actually like this tank a lot now. It's probably one of my favorite meme-heavy tanks at tier 10. I'll play this thing if I just want to have a little bit of fun in the game, and yeah, and derp some people. Anyways, we are on Desert Sands for our first battle here, and up against us, we have a lot of squishy tanks. We have a Yo, who I can HESH. We have the E6, we have the Minnow, who I can HESH the rear and sides of, and the T30. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to get some good HESH damage gameplay out today, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to be obviously going heavy side in this tank, and my main goal is to not be the first person to get focused out, just simply because I don't have the armor to really deal with a lot of tanks like these heavies that I'm up against, like the Minnow. A lot of them can just butter right through my armor, so I really don't want to be the target of choice for any of these tanks. I basically want to wait until they've shot other people, and then see if I can load my HESH and deal tons of damage back to them. But yeah, we'll see. There's a T30 who's not really paying attention to me, and in that case, 770 right into his lower plate. You can see what I mean. You don't want people to be looking at you in this tank because you will get, like, absolutely rolled. But when people don't look at you and you are able to get your hash out, you can deal crazy damage like that, like you just saw there. And we're going to hopefully get another huge juicer out into this E6 in just a second here. I don't really care that I got shot because I just dealt another 775 into the E6's lower plate. You can see the penetration of the Hesh is actually enough to get through the E6's lower plate, which is very nice indeed. And yeah, we're going to wait here. I'm just going to load an AP shell, and 775 with the AP max roll. Absolutely insane. We just destroyed that 50 TP's HP pool. And yeah, we're having a great game so far. This is the gameplay that you want to see in the BZ. Lots of sort of sitting around waiting for your opponents to kind of just ignore you, and then you poke out and destroy them. That's how this tank works, and that's how you'll do best in it. So yeah, anyways, we'll wait to see if this E6, I don't really want to take another shot from him, and ooh, that minnow, hold on. I can't really get any more shells into this minnow because, of course, I can't pen the minnow frontally. That's the only issue with having a premium Hesh and normal Hesh, is your premium ammo is really bad on its pen. So yeah, you're not going to be like loading premium to pen more tanks. You're going to be loading premium to do more damage. So yeah, I'm just going to wait until this minnow like kind of loses interest in me. Hopefully he shoots that guy. There we go. And yeah, you can see here, I just can't pen him anywhere until he shows me his side, and then I can hit him for 651. And yeah, just like that, we did our over 3,000 damage with just a couple of shots. And that was a pretty solid first battle. You can see, I mean, the tank works really well when people don't stare at you. However, if people like that minnow are just going to stare at you all game, there's nothing you can really do about it. You can't really pen them. And yeah, they can kind of just get away with doing that. But oh well. Pretty solid game, 3,100 damage, like I said. So let's get into game number 2. Now, this tank on a map like Molendyke here, it's going to be a little bit interesting. I would hope that our team goes towards A side, simply because tanks like that 50B are going to be easy pens for me, and same with the WZ-132-1. However, we'll see what happens. Tanks like the E100 are really annoying to deal with. Because you can't really pen them. I mean, the superstructure is completely red against this tank, so your only hope is to really get the lower plate of the E100, or if it shows his side or over angles too much, then you can pen him. But yeah, E100s are annoying to deal with, and same with IS-7s. Yes, you can pen its lower plate with AP, but you can't really Hesh its lower plate, so yeah, that's a little annoying. So yeah, we'll see how this game goes. Luckily, our team is going towards A side. So that means I'm kind of hoping at this point their team also does the same. We do see the WZ going through mid, so I'm assuming that means that their team is going C, because obviously he's not just going to dip from A side like that if his team was here. So yeah, looks like we have free A side control, and we do have the base cap on their team right now, so that's pretty solid there. WZ is making a play into our spawn, which is very weird, and ooh, what is this 57 heavy doing? I don't know, but I'm gonna wait here, and I'll see if I can get a shell. If that 183 backs up, I might be able to shoot him. I'm not sure, but we'll see. At this point in the game, I don't really want to make too many aggressive plays because I still don't know where the majority of their team is. And you know what? I'm just going to load an AP shell, 670 damage into that 183. You can just see where the alpha damage is. It's so nice on this tank. Yeah, we do see the E100 in mid, and you can see just how red that thing is. Like, until he shows us his side, I don't know why he's doing that, but 814 damage into the side of the E100. Yeah, that's gotta hurt. It's really gotta hurt. I mean, I love this tank's alpha damage. It's just what makes it so much fun to play. And especially if you're gonna be nuking tanks, let's see if we can nuke that Yag. 805 into the side of the Yag. Yeah, I mean, this tank can be really strong in the right situations, especially, like I said, when the team on the enemy team is ignoring you. That's when you're gonna do best in this tank. I don't really care if this 50B shoots at me. Let's see here. Is he gonna poke again? Kind of hoping he does. Let's see. If he doesn't, then I might as well just shoot at this IS-7 here. I can't really pen his side with Hesh, so I'm just going to shoot a standard shell into his side. which is, it's a good thing about having AP, is spaced armor doesn't really affect your AP shells as much as if you were to have like APCR. If this thing had APCR standard ammo, it would be painful to play. Oh my god, I can only imagine. It's gonna juicy 829 roll into the IS-8's rear, and just like that, we're at 3,700 damage so far, and there's still a pretty healthy, well, okay, there was a pretty healthy 50B still alive. Yeah, at this point, I'm just gonna hope that I can get a shell into this guy here. 584 damage into that 57. I really don't care if he clips me out because he's the only one left, and just like that, we've done about 4,300 damage in this battle. You can see, again, when people are not looking at you and you are in the correct positioning or positions on the map, you can just farm like crazy. It's as simple as that. And when you are in the wrong positions and on the wrong maps, you're gonna get completely screwed over in this tank. It's really, really hit or miss. But so far, the game has allowed me to do good things in this tank. We'll see what happens in our third and final game, if the game gives me a bad map, or if I get caught in the open and I just die instantly, but who knows? Let's wait and find out. So yeah, overall, I love this tank. Again, I used to hate the tank a lot, but it's grown on me over the months, and I mean, having the mobility as well, 40 forwards is just really, really nice in this vehicle. And especially on a map like Ghost Factory. Hopefully our team goes right. If they do, then we're going to be able to get towards medium side very quickly, and especially medium corner. That's going to be very important for us to hold. Now, they do have an Object 260, who I'm pretty sure I can hesh the lower plate of, which is very nice. The 62A, I can hesh his side. Same with the 121. And the IS-7, obviously, you saw last game. I have to use AP against the IS-7. It looks like, what is their team doing? They're going mid, which is interesting indeed. And it means that hopefully our team is going to be able to more or less full send this side. Because of our whole team being over here, minus the AFK apes in spawn, yeah, we might actually be able to just send this side of the map. And I'm going to actually go like this here, because I'm going to try and cut off, unfortunately, their 1-2-1 escapes before I can shoot him, but I was hoping to kind of just cut him off in the corner. Luckily for him, he actually escaped soon enough. Although, what is he doing? He did escape, but now he's just kind of sitting here, and he just gave me a free 788 damage shot into his tank. And our IS-7 should be able to shoot him, and oh boy, he just got rolled. So yeah, I do see the 183 obviously in their spawn. I did see him there, so I'm kind of going to ignore him for now. Let's see if I can see any other opponents here. There is a Yag there, who I actually was able to overmatch the side of when he over-angled like that. So we do get a nice 500 and something roll into him, so that's very nice indeed. Ooh, they do have a grill over there too. Our 183 gets a juicer into that other enemy 183, so that's very good indeed. And at this point, let's see here. Can I get a shot into this lower plate here? Oof. Nice 602 damage shot. You can see, I mean, Refined Gun's been helping us out a lot. I know it more or less helps you out when you fully aim in your shots, but I mean, this tank's been hitting the majority of its shots that I fired for our session today. And so I've been pretty happy, and I mean, when the tank does hit its shots, again, it's very, very nasty indeed. Although right after I say that, it does miss a very simple shot on that grill through the rails. Oh well, can't hit everything apparently. We'll see if we can get a troll bounce from the grill, but no, you can see the armor profile. Something like the grill is just going to be able to butter right through me. I'm going to load a standard HE, and 888 damage into that grill. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that guy did not have fun indeed. I don't know why he wasn't running Spall Liner, but yeah, it is what it is. There goes the grill. Anyways, we're going to make our way towards our spawn again, because the majority of their team is probably, yeah, they're all at A cap. All right, well, I don't know if I'll get any more damage out this game. They're all on the other side of the map, and I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to try and quickly use my good mobility to race myself over towards these opponents, and maybe I can get to the side of tanks like this 260 or rear of him, or the 62A, but we'll see. Their IS-7 is kind of screwed at this point. I'm not even going to bother with him, and same with their 62A, sorry. So yeah, at this point, my only hope of getting any more damage out is to shoot at this 260, who hasn't really bled out yet. Let's see here. Can I get a AP shell into him right now? There we go. 612 AP shot into the side of the 260. And just like that, we have broke 3,000 damage. And maybe if he backs up... No. Okay. He's just going to get rolled by the 183. Yeah, I was hoping to get out a little bit more damage, but still a solid result nonetheless. Yeah, this tank is basically just a heavy tank version of the 183. It's so derpy. It is so much fun. And I highly recommend you guys get this tank if you want something that's a little bit unique. You don't really see many tanks like this in the game, especially at tier 10. There aren't really many that you can compare it with. Maybe the 60 TP, but this tank has more alpha damage. So overall, I think this tank is really, really fun. And it hits like a truck. Who doesn't love tanks that do tons of damage? Anyways, for any of you out there who are not yet subscribed to the channel, I highly recommend you do so, as it's a fantastic way to support the content I make and stay up to date when I post videos almost daily. I will resume to my normal schedule. Yes, I get it. I haven't made a video in a long time, but anyways, and yeah, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.